Good morning, team. It's Lisa HUERTH here, and I am excited because I had a breakthrough moment. I don't know if it was last night in my bubble bath or if it was this morning with the attitude of my 9-year-old going to take his first serious tests at school. I don't know. Lots of factors combined, but my teamies, you guys know that over the last couple of weeks I probably felt like my energy was lacking a little bit, or you might not have noticed because I haven't been around much with Punta Cana and Easter going on. That's okay. You'll get to know me, I'm sure. But I wanted to talk about the emotional cycle of sales because I really recognize it in my own business right now, and it's something that I think that leaders take for granted because we're aware of what the emotional cycle of sales are, and we know how to get ourselves out of it, and we know how to coach team members through that. But I think it's really, really important for you guys to understand, because if I were in your shoes and I had no idea what the emotional cycle of sales were, but I got to some parts of it, I would for sure quit. And so I want to be able to empathize with how you feel through your journey in direct sales. And so let's go through that real quick. I just posted this chart, the emotional cycle of sales. You've probably seen it. It's definitely in our workstation. It's in the On the Rise training. It's on our team page. And so I want you to see this so that you can reference it as we go through. So first of all, excitement. That's when a new consultant joins. It's when you have an amazing party. It's when you go to JamCon, and any of those places where you can get what we call jam juice. It's excitement. It's phase one of this cycle, and it's an easy thing to identify because we're excited, we're smiling, we're sharing the jam love, we're recruiting, our sales numbers are high. It's that place where everybody wants to be in this business. It's excited. It's just excitement. And so I want you to recognize what that is, because sometimes when you go through this cycle, the way to get out of some of these phases is to insert excitement. And so JamCon. Yes. Okay. So excitement. Like I said, new consultants, you've achieved something happy, something great, top sales, or even just good sales. You had an in-home party, or you had 6. You had a recruit, or you handed out 10 recruiting packets. Whatever it is for you, label your excitement, because it's something that you definitely need to draw on later on. Okay, then what happens? Well, typically through fast starts or after fast starts, when things start to get a little hard, where you have to reach a cold market, your warm market is no longer supporting you, and you have to reach the cold market in order to continue booking, perhaps you get frustrated. You don't like hearing the no's. You have challenges, you just feel defeated. It's just a place where you're frustrated. And for me, it's when I didn't hit my goals. So for example, at month's end, typically this happens. I'm all gung-ho the beginning of the month, and the prospects look high for our teams below us, and then come month's end and we're like, oh, we're so close, and it's frustrating because we didn't hit our goal. And but what I want you to know is that as an independent consultant, as a leader of your own business, only you can hold yourself accountable to your goals. So I could be frustrated at the end of the month because our teams didn't hit goals, but I can't be frustrated with myself if I didn't hit my own goals, because I'm the one that's in charge of those. Does that make sense? I'm the one that's in control of that. Okay, lead on to the next part of this circle is doubt. It's where people lose confidence. They look for reasons to quit. I always say this is a scapegoat. People, I see it in team pages, I see it on our Unite page where people start commenting and it's starting to be negative. And maybe they're looking for a reason to get out. Maybe they're looking for that scapegoat, that reason to quit altogether. It's because they've gotten through frustration, they're hitting doubt, and all of a sudden they're asking themselves why they're doing this. And here's the thing, girls, if your why isn't bigger than your why not, you're out, you're done, peace out, move on over, because there's many other people that want to take your place in this industry. But that's what happens. Your why takes over. If it's strong enough, you stay, you stick it out, and you get on to the next phase. If it's not, they're the girls that drop off. That's why when you join, it's really, really important to identify the why, and it's really important that why is stronger than your why not. It tugs at your heartstrings. It's something that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated through all of this. Okay, so that's doubt. All right, number 4, the next part of the circle is creative avoidance. If anybody follows me on Instagram, you'll know that this is where I'm at right now. I'm being totally honest. Well, I'm actually back to excitement, as you can probably tell, but over the last couple of weeks, I've been at creative avoidance, and you guys might have seen my emptying out my closets, organizing the game and puzzle closet, because I'm avoiding doing work that I should be doing in order to get back onto track with my emotional cycle of sales. So creative avoidance is doing other work. It's doing something not on the same avenue. So, or you might be working your business, but you end up scrolling Facebook and totally avoiding the topic that you should be doing in the first place. I'm reading this book called The One Thing. It's in my purse right now, otherwise I'd show you. It's called The One Thing, and it makes you focus on the one important thing, especially early on in your day, so that you get it done. Well, when you're in creative avoidance mode, it's really hard to either first identify the one thing that's really important to get done, and second of all, do it. I end up spending most of my day just avoiding it. Just I'm gonna go do dishes, I'm gonna make an amazing dinner for my family, I'm gonna go fold 4 loads of laundry. Can you believe it? Those things sometimes they take precedence over my one thing that I should be doing, because I'm in this creative avoidance mode. So you need to be able to recognize what your creative avoidance is. If it's something productive like going to work out, then good for you. But at the same time, you need to find that harmonious balance between working out and getting your work done, right? So whatever it is, you need to be able to identify it, and you need to be able to categorize so that you can be in control of this emotional cycle of sales. When you know about it and you can identify what phase you're in, you know how to get to the next phase and go through the cycle again versus getting stuck and quitting. So creative avoidance, that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. You probably may or may not recognize that, but I am sharing with you for you to hold me accountable, just as I would want you to share it with us, your upline team managers, for us to be able to hold you accountable. I don't want you struggling in these phases and not knowing how to get out of it. If you need a kick up the butt, if you need that accountability partner, then just let us know and we'll help you get through it, because chances are we've been there. And I want you to know that I am going through this just like you are. It doesn't matter what part of this business you're in, whether you're brand new, whether you've been in for 4 or 5 years, whether you're a true hobbyist, whatever it is that you're going through on this journey, you will go through this cycle. It might be short. You might go through the entire cycle in one day or in one party, or it might take you a month or 2 to get through the entire cycle, or you might get stuck like I did in creative avoidance for the last 2 weeks. It happens, and I want you to know that that's okay. All right, so number 5, recommitment. This is kind of tricky because I feel like most of the time I skip over number 5, and for many of you it can be the most important part, because that's where you recognize and you get that aha moment of being able to get out of it and start your phase over back into excitement again. So the recommitment stage, you're experiencing life changes, you have like a little small victory that kind of just pumps you up to the next stage. It's like a catalyst to getting through to finishing that circle for this cycle. And so let me give you an example. So I was talking to one of you on a coaching call the other day, and I feel like she had her recommitment moment. She might not have recognized it yet, but I feel like I did. We had a chat on the phone, we refocused, I made her recognize her why again and got her recommitted. She's doing assignments, and then the next time we chat, she'll be back on track and getting to the excitement stage again in her journey. And so maybe it is a coaching call for you. Maybe it's chatting to your upline team manager, your sponsor, or someone that resonates with you. Maybe it's a mentor. This past week, I decided enough's enough, because I don't like to sit at creative avoidance time. To other people, to like Pinterest perfect world and Facebook fabulous world, I'm like super mom because I'm doing all these other things. When reality is, I just changed my focus from work to creative avoidance, cleaning out closets, right? And I was getting frustrated because I love what I do. I love this company, I love this product, I love my teamies, and I like to enjoy it. And at the same whereas in creative avoidance, I wasn't necessarily enjoying it because I wasn't doing the things I really wanted to do, right? I didn't really want to clean out my game closet, but I did it. And so having that aha moment, and I decided I needed to get on board with getting a mentor. So we're back up again. In January, we were at the executive retreat in New Orleans, and Stacey Sova asked us to write our goals down for 2017 on an index card and then put it into the box that the CEO was handing. was holding, the CEO, Elizabeth. She was holding this box and we were going to give them our goals for the year. And Stacey said that she was going to check in with us throughout the year and make sure to hold us accountable for our goals. Well, honestly, like I was in this point, I don't know what I was in, this fog or something, but all I wrote on my index card was find a mentor. It's really easy to get lost in this journey. It's really easy to get lost in an emotional cycle of sales. It's really easy to have a blurred vision, to not know where you're going and to not know what you need. And I needed a mentor. I was not talking to my sponsor very, very regularly. And I felt like I needed somebody outside of Jamberry to ask questions to be validated, to be held accountable, to talk about this and that and like help me make good decisions. And so anyway, that's what I decided to do. I decided I needed a mentor. Well, last week, or this week, I hadn't made any strides to getting that mentor. And so I stepped out of my comfort zone this week and I approached one and I asked her if she would be my mentor. And we've gone back and forth. We've had a good conversation. The door is open. We're definitely on track to making that happen. But that was what I needed to recommit to get back to this excitement right here. I needed to be able to see that I was hitting my goals, to see that I was achieving something that I wanted to do this year, finding a mentor. And in order for me to do that, I had to take action steps. I had to take action to get to that goal, right? So that was my recommitment. And so I just want to encourage you at this point, like to be able to recognize what would it take for you to recommit to this cycle? What would it take for you to recommit to your business? In order for you to step out of your comfort zone, in order for you to carry on being motivated, in order to get back excited about your business, what is it for you? Is it accountability? Is it recognition? Is it public recognition on your timeline? Is it your spouse? Is it support from your spouse? Is it your kids loving you and showing you that you're the best mom ever? Like, what is it for you that gets you to that recommitment? Okay, you need to be able to recognize it, because once you recognize it, you can fix it. You can take those action steps in order to smash that and to carry on working your business successfully. So whether that's being accountable, finding a mentor, coaching. I put up a coaching call schedule and I have like my regular leaders on it. That's it. None of you have stepped up and asked for accountability. So I'm assuming that you're all doing what you want in your business. You're happy, you're excited, you're selling, you're booking, you're recruiting, you're promoting. I'm assuming that's happening because nobody else has signed up. So crickets, I know. Okay, so that's the emotional cycle of sales. The importance of this is to recognize it, to learn it, to identify in your own journey where you're at and how you need to intervene. So if you're stuck at frustration, how do you get through the rest of the cycle in order to get back to excitement? Okay. Like I said, for me, I've been in this for 4 years now. I've definitely gone through this cycle of sales probably 100 times. Seriously, like I think when I first hit team manager for 9 months, I was in frustration period. Like I was in that for that long. Yes, I had wins along the way, but in the back of my mind, I was in a frustration period. And if that's you, that's okay. You just need to identify how to get out of it and take those action steps in order to reboot. So, okay, if you're just logging on, please go back and watch it because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. I'm just going to go have a look through the comments real quick. Nick, you need JamCon now. I know. Yeah, you've got a little while. We've got to find some jam juice for you, sister. Debbie, preach it. Yes, I know you know all about this too. Janet, you need an aha moment. Let me help you, friend. Let me help you. I'm so happy to help you. This is what I love to do, is coach and to rise leaders. So that's what you want. Let's do it. Mary, you just got in here. Watch it all over again, okay? Or do you mean you just got into a phase? I'm going to go. If you have any questions about this, if you want to chat it through anymore, definitely hop on my coaching schedule. I'd love to chat with you. And if not, happy hump day, friends. Be in control of your emotional cycle of sales. Bye.